swindler! A pond full of piss! I'm happy to oblige!
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Between his Swickland moose.
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
There are rats in the grain store, and Alfred has set the traps. You cannot steal and be welcome at our hearts. You cannot slander and keep your tongue. You cannot walk freely through our streets.
There's no longer freedom in Winchester.
None is safe from his blade.
Who has the right to determine the fate of the perverse if not the goodly people of Winchester? I am but your humble servant. Leona, you have been found guilty of harlotry and defamation. May God have mercy on your pockmarked soul. Perverter of justice. Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Alfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few?
To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove. You grind your heels into the backs of freedmen, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reed. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree.
Christ mercy!
something. Selwyn's bloodlust will do all.
Follow my lead.
I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
Selwyn punishes criminals, as it should be.
He's the worst criminal of them all.
Right bit then.
Do you believe in souls? A part of us that... Bishop Aelfirth's passing has made me wonder.
Survey the area.
Why is it so high? He's going to fall! Oh my day, my guy! Tell her I think only of...
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow?
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the Gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
I did only what I agreed to, Alfred. If your crown now weighs heavy, I would gladly take it from you.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets. Feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing. I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
Such a sad story. Take this. Perhaps it will keep you off the streets and out of trouble.
For me? Oh, thank you.
Spry, little mouse. Will you lead me to your quill?
The maid's latte, busy day.
Vamos, Garro.
Get off me, you oaf!
Stop struggling and give back that apple.
Apple? I didn't screw on nothing! Get your hands off!
Stealing apples, eh?
Fruit don't feed a grown boy. Do you have any chicken?
I do not, but maybe you can tell me what you know of the quill.
The quill? God blimey, you're brave. Find Alwyn and Wigbert. They see everything.
Crack his head like a fresh hen's egg.
You there, little cut purse.
Keep your beak out, Nosy! I'm starving!
Godspeed! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
God help me. I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
He's going to fall! Oh, my days, I can't look! If I die, tell her I think only of her. Go on, Esubert!
Have a look, Sunan.
You again? You should mind your own beeswax.
Alwyn, is it? You wield fire like the flaming Jotna.
It was burning when I found it. Hot days like this, things just go whoosh. Well? Oi! Wigbert! You great moon calf.
Hand it over, Alwyn. We saw your little shadow take it. What you looking at?
How about I pay you to scuttle off to the tavern and drink yourself senseless?
Deal. Better than running round after you, grubby urchins.
Ha! That showed them.
Trouble seems to follow you.
And I wriggle out of it like a slippery eel. Why are you following me?
I'm looking for the quill, so I'm asking you, his little worker bees.
Us? Working for the Quill? Shows what you know.
Is that so?
They were the Quill's ninny pops. Smart stuff to throw coin at them. They'll be too swift to bother you now.
It sounds like you owe me your life.
This one's brave and strong. Might be able to help us.
So you're not working for the quill?
We steal to stay alive and out of the Quill's clutches.
But you know where I can find him.
They come up from the sewers like rats. Go on, give him what you took. Maybe he can save us. Good luck, Dane. Try not to get maimed and all that. was overcome.
Show me. Go, Sunan. I should watch out for a mousetrap.
I didn't get nothing today.
Everyone died. Stealing is wrong. They left me alone on the streets. I'm going to marry King Alfred, and he's going to whisk me away from all this toil.
I don't do mercy. Time to fry!
That's her! Dimwit Dane, didn't guess the quill's a she.
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence, and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress!
That's not good.
Say what? How are you?
Come on, food's getting cold.
You'll be a puddle!
Try this one!
That's her! Dimwit Dane, didn't guess the quill's a she.
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence, and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress! Need help!
Aelfreth's roof. Does she flee to the bishop's house?
Help! What?
Wait! Knock the idiot down! I'll keep the rat busy!
The Dane wants my blood. No more running! Winchester must see your crime! Show yourself, murderer!
Pathetic! He wants it from the back!
Down the side.
Come, child. Whisper what you've learned, and Mother will give you a treat.
Coward. Using children to spy and steal for your order.
To educate them. Give me a child until he is 7, and I will give you the man. Or woman. What use are letters when a child can only write his name in pig shit? Or wisdom in a woman when she cannot wield it beyond her heart? I taught little Alwyn so much more. Saved her from a life less worthy. She will find enlightenment in the Order, just as I did. If I could save them all, I would.
But you cannot. You have corrupted too many to save too few.
My order is the only way forward. It can quench our thirst for knowledge. If only Alfred's slave faith is defeated. And what would you sacrifice for infinite knowledge?
An immeasurable gift. Why refuse it?
Not their innocence.
A pity. Non requiescat in pace.
Goodwin said to meet him at an alehouse nearby. Goodwin said to meet him at an alehouse nearby. locked from the other side.
Stand up, way factor. Where's the friend?
It's the Heath Gladchen.
The side must be barred. Blocked from the other side.
Mit Richter.
Those who do wrong must be punished.
Jesus would preach forgiveness!
Jesus did not live in the cesspool that is Winchester.
start drinking our rocks. Step up! You'll see for yourself.
His bear
now
told the
there.
bringer must fit his men.
Eivor!
Is this where Justice hides when she is tired?
Hides? Splood, no. This is a wake, my friend. A celebration to ease the Quill on her way to eternal damnation.
You heard.
Hilda's were not the only eyes in Winchester. My spies tell me stories of an avenging angel striking down the unworthy.
I've been called worse.
Be thou hail, Ealdor. That's Life Destroyer in our dialect.
I sat easy with my kinsbane, old honey waves alive in my horn, and my eyes on the door, expecting my death, yet unafraid.
You're quite safe with me, Dane. For now. If the mead is fresh and the air is cool, you may often find a friend even amongst your enemies.
I could use someone like you in my settlement, with ink on his fingers and a sense of honor.
I would love to devote myself to the study and practice of the law. There is a weariness in war I wish I could shake off.
Impossible. Even in death, our battles will rage on. It is the way of things.
I must thank you before the ale dulls me. By cutting the order down to size, you have given England a hope of unity. It must be a sour apple to swallow, knowing that you are the last of Winchester's enemies.
Are you sure the Seax is dead?
The bishop is dead, that's certain. And if the bishop was the Seax is dead. A transitive property of mortality, you see.
I do not believe it. Too much theatre in Winchester. Overwrought prayers and wailing women.
Well, you could pay your respects and see for yourself. The funeral is today.
If he rots, I will leave with my silver. But if he lives, there's work to be done.
Watch your step, Eivor. He'll be a hefty corpse in death. Alive, he'd be much bigger. Whether you find or make the corpse, meet me at the Witten with your report.
You find that sweet where?
Remain steadfast. Get into your face. Can't hold out much longer.
Away with you!
If the bishop is worm meal, then here should be the proof.
Stranger comes to Wember.
You do not mourn like they do.
Wember is always here, helping the sleeping, singing to them, so they are not frightened before they meet God.
The sleeping? You mean the dead?
Wember helps the monks. Dig, dig, dig.
You dig the graves. Did you bury Aelfirth?
Have you seen Layoff? My poor friend. Poor Layoff.
Leof, what happened to him?
Sleeping? Sleeping like my dog when I hugged him too hard.
Someone heard Leof.
Yes, yes. And while he slept, they stole his face.
Lord grant my brother
Only his head and neck are burned. Is this what Wemper meant? That they stole his friend's face? And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Aelfirth was a brute.
Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame? Leave me.
I will leave you in peace, then. Threadbare clothes. They belong to Wemberstrand. This funeral is a shadow play. The Order killed an innocent, burned his face so no one could tell, and interred him in Aelfirth's place. Is this...
What now?
A pretty show you have laid on here. But I know the truth.
You would dare speak to me? When my poor brother Aelfirth lies cold in his shroud.
Your brother is the Seax, and no more dead than I am.
Heresy. My brother was the Bishop of Winchester.
When Goodwin got too close to the truth about your brother's place in the Order, you buried him. Or rather, you buried another in his place. The poor gravedigger's friend. Burning his face so no one would know.
How did you... No, I...
Your brother is not in that crypt. Tell me where he is before more lives are lost.
I will not tell you any more. Guards! All right, have your way. They won't do me good. Guards, protect me!
Get you yellow dog! You will pay! Please!
Why will you not leave me alone?
Enough of this cat and mouse. Where's your brother, the one they call the Seax?
He is a ghost now. But he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred.
Regicide? No. The king will step aside and Aelfirth will lead us all. Risen and resplendent as the Lord.
You are a damned fool.
Sweet
Seax must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
Has been crying. Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds, like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education, wisdom,
Kill us all! God save us!
Why do you defend this tarnished ground?
you scheming cur! Greater men than you have died on my soul.
Big miss here!
Go up! Damn you!
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you. Then your people came. And God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring. No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
It may be Alfred's god was testing you. A trial you failed.
Alfred's god is weak. Yet he would chain us all in his service, from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
He takes on the role of a god himself. A worthy path to walk. A wolf is but a walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it. With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.